On this episode of On the Rail, our trainer spotlight shines on Michael Moore. We learn about the Equicizer. Chris takes us shopping. Jessica introduces us to the newest equine star at Parks. We'll meet another warhorse. And learn the definition of a furlong in Horse Racing 101. Plus, we'll check out the final jockey and trainer standings for 2023. On the Rail starts now.
Hi everyone, welcome to On the Rail. I'm Jessica Paquette, the track announcer here at Parks, joined with the PTHA's own Chris Griffin, and we are excited to be back.
Yeah, really excited here for our first show of 2024, and I know you had a chance to catch up with trainer Michael Moore, and he talked about how he got into horse racing. Here it is.
Hi everyone, Jessica Paquette joined here with trainer Michael Moore, taking a look back at what brought you here to the racetrack. When did you find racing, and were you born into a racing family?
I was not born into a racing family at all. I actually grew up just in the suburbs, not around horses at all. My parents had nothing to do with horses. My dad took me to the racetrack probably when I was about 15 or 16 a couple times. For whatever reason, I loved it, and originally I loved betting on the horses. And then while betting on the horses, I kind of was like, wow, I'd like to see how they train the horses. I ended up getting a job on a racehorse farm right about the same time I went to college. So after I got that job, which again I loved, and like I said, when I went out there, I didn't know one thing about a horse. I didn't know how to put a shank on a horse, nothing. But I really wanted to learn. Like I loved it. I thought it was very interesting. And from then it was a real battle for me to go to college and try to work on the farm, because at the time I'd rather be at the farm than at college. From there, just kind of, then I came over to the racetrack, just like everybody, worked as a hot walker, groom, I ended up even working on the starting gate, did horses' teeth, and then, step by step, then got a couple horses and then became a trainer.
And when did you take out your trainer's license?
I think about 10 years ago now, about 10 years ago.
And take me back to your first win as a licensed trainer. What was that like?
I mean, it's great, I will say this, when you first start, it's like one of those things, you think you know, but you don't know. You know what I mean? And as you've been in the business longer and longer, you realize, man, back then I didn't know anything, And I'm sure as I go along in this career even longer, I'll probably think the same thing, say 10 years from now. I didn't know anything now. But I mean, the first win, was thrilling, but I do remember it was very frustrating getting to that win because, the horse didn't run good a couple times. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know why the horse doesn't run any good. And then she finally won, and, it was definitely thrilling.
Now, looking back, all of the things we learned from horses over the years, what are some lessons that horses have taught you?
I mean, for me, one thing is, and people say it all the time, but it's absolutely true, is you have to be patient no matter what. If they're not ready to run, you can't make them run. And like they said, they'll make you wait because, they'll make you give them time off, but you have to be patient with them. And it's hard at first. Another thing that's hard at first, if you only have a couple horses, you run and then you want to run again, but you can't because you only got a couple horses. Where you have more horses, you have more action, daily. So it might make it more easy to be patient.
And looking back, what is your most memorable win as a trainer?
Well, probably the most memorable thing for me was really the horse that got me started. I got a cheap horse on the cuff, and he turned out to be a very good horse that, he made a good amount of money and allowed me to train on my own. But I remember that horse realizing how good he was at the time. That was very memorable.
You have a relatively small operation and do very well here at Parks. Has this become your home?
Oh, absolutely. We're here year round, but to me, I like it. I love my barn here. I like we don't have to move all over the place, so yeah, definitely.
Thank you. This is Michael Moore to look back at the early part of your training career.
Great interview as always, Jessica, and a lot of things I didn't even know about trainer Michael Moore.
Michael Moore and his wife Liz do a really wonderful job. And now let's shift gears and learn a little bit more about what jockeys do outside of the saddle to stay fit with a piece of exercise equipment called the Equicizer.
Hi everyone, Jessica Paquette here with jockey Adam Bowman. Now, you're on Real Horses in the morning. What are you on right now?
This is the Equicizer. A lot of the guys like to use it, after they worked out in the morning and just get loose, get themselves warmed up, or, maybe young jocks are trying to work on, honing their skills and critiquing their balance and their position on a horse. So it really helps them out a lot with that.
Well, show us how it works.
On this, you just like in a race, a lot of guys will just get up here and just get their balance and, just get comfortable with the horse and then get in their position, in their riding position, and just get down and slowly push on the horse and just kind of go with the horse. Just like in the afternoon, you would just kind of want to be comfortable with the horse and let them do the running.
And there's no girth on this, so you're relying solely on your own balance to kind of stay upright.
Yeah, there's no girth, so which actually helps a little bit more for your balance. So you can work on your balance, which is a good thing. You don't want to be strapped in, especially when the horses. This is easy compared to the afternoon. This isn't dodging left and right. You don't have horses bouncing off you. So if you can't keep your balance on this, you're gonna have a hard time in the races.
Well, I fancy myself a little bit of a rider. Let's see if I can manage this.
With over 20 years of experience as an equestrian, I thought, how hard could it be? So I took my shot on the Equicizer, and it proved to be a lot harder than I thought. Adam was kind enough to adjust the stirrups for me to make it a little more user-friendly for me, but it was still really challenging.
I will not be quitting my day job anytime soon. So explain to me the practicing one-handed.
Yeah, so practicing one-handed, it's a great exercise for younger guys to use, or just anybody to you push with your right hand when you're hitting left-handed. It's just good to be in rhythm with the horse to keep the horse going forward and just kind of stay out of their way.
And do you think that helps keep your balance and stay in rhythm when you're switching your stick during a race?
Yeah, definitely, because switching your stick, it can get difficult sometimes, especially when you're in the traffic of a bunch of horses and it's a split-second decision. You really have to throw across, grab it, and go, and you can't, if you're fumbling with the reins and everything else, you feel it, the horse feels it, and then it definitely slows down your momentum.
And you were telling me off camera about giving advice to younger riders about how to look good on a horse. What advice do you give anyone when they're just starting out?
Looking good's nice, and everybody wants to look pretty for the camera, but for a lot of horses, I think it's just best to just kind of stay out of their way. If the horse feels comfortable, you're comfortable, that's the best advice I could give.
I'm Jessica Paquette, this is Adam Bowman, and this is a look inside the Parks Jocks Room.
Wow, that looks really awesome. I think I might want to try that too.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Adam Bowman makes it look pretty easy.
We always want to make it easier for the horsemen, especially right here at Parks. And one way we do that is the tack shop. Here's PTHA Executive Director Jeff Maddie. He explains kind of our unique tack shop and talks about our tack shop here on the backside. And I had a chance to do a little shopping as well.
The tack shop run by the PTHA is on site. We offer food, supplements, shavings, and everything essential to thoroughbred racing here at Parks. The tack shop run by the PTHA is the only one in the country run by the horsemen for the horsemen. We take a tremendous amount of pride in offering these supplies and supplements to our horsemen at discounted rates, making their lives easier.
There's Jeff Maddie, our Executive Director at the PTHA, and I don't know, I'm ready to do some shopping. I'm ready to do some damage there at the tack shop.
Who doesn't love a little shopping? I'm looking forward to that, and stay tuned after the break for that, but first, a little trivia.
This is Parks.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you win. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parks, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Welcome back to On the Rail. So, Chris, the trainer gave you a list and unleashed you to go shopping.
I got everything on the list, trust me. I mean, it was a great time and we did some damage there in the tack shop. So here it is, me doing a little shopping. All right, guys, here on the backside of Parks, and we're here at the PTHA offices. The tack shop is right over here. We've got our list. Now it's time to go shopping.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Diane. So I've got this shopping list.
Yeah, so I heard.
You've got to help me. You've got to get this.
This could be a lot of work.
There's just so much stuff for the horsemen, right, that they basically need for everyday use.
For everything. From when they first start taking care of the horse in the morning, they're feeding, they're bedding. When you do them up after training, we have the equipment for training, for racing, and everything they need to put them to bed at night.
So I've got this list. The first thing on the list is vitamins.
So most of it is in liquid form. It's kind of hard to give horses pills. So we have all different type of vitamins. You go from the electrolytes to the blood builders, and for those that have any type of deficiency, special needs, we can go into those.
Wraps. I need wraps.
Sure. What kind of wraps do you need? I have them all.
What?
I
wasn't prepared for that.
We have polos and trace bandages and ace bandages for training on the track in the morning. We have our Vet Wrap, Power Flex, Coflex for during the races. They're the ones you see on their legs racing. And then we have our standing bandages, no bows, and quilts when you put them to bed at night.
I'm going to make an executive decision here.
Okay.
One of everything.
Great. Pick a color.
I see these wraps a lot. I mean, this seems like a very basic thing for horse racing.
Very basic. It keeps them supported in the race. It supports any type of ligament. It supports them from running down, which is just burning through the sand. And it supports them also just from getting cut. So you see a lot of that bumping them going on down the lane.
And then does it last you a week, a day, a month?
They're one use.
Okay, one-time use.
These are for racing. These are one-time use. We sell them by the 18s. We sell them by the hundreds.
Spare no expense here this afternoon. Halters and bridles. Now I got to get those. And we see the leather ones all the time, right? I mean, more traditional, a little old school?
More traditional.
Okay.
Definitely old school with the bridles. You see a lot more nylon now. The nylon is a little more easier. Okay. Easier to maintain, easier to clean. A lot of times they are used in the morning and also in the afternoon.
All right. So I think we're going to go, let's go new school. Let's go with the nylon one. So we'll get the nylon one and we'll add that on the list.
Will do. What color?
Oh, no. I got to pick colors again?
Colors again. Even more colors in our nylon.
Let's keep the trend going. One of everything. Webbing. I need to get webbing. Do we have webbing?
We have webbings. We have webbings, and do not forget your crossbar.
Okay.
That also goes with the webbing.
And what does the webbing do?
The webbing is a stall guard. Keeps the horses in the stall at night if you do not choose to use a screen. Because with the crossbar and the webbing, they can get their head out more, look up and down the shed room more.
And it seems like it needs to be pretty sturdy. I mean, it's got quite a few different, little latches and making sure that everything is connected to make sure they're secure.
Yes, very well built. We can even have these custom made if anybody wants a special design.
We've got our webbing, and I think I'm getting the hang of this, by the way. Look, I already know. You already said it, but I know there's multiple colors.
Multiple colors.
I'm going to get red, I'm going to get black,
There
I'm going to
you
get
go.
blue, green. I see a blanket over there, Diane, and so I
Yes.
know I've got to get a blanket. I'm willing to bet that there's more than one type of blanket.
Yes, we have 2 types of blankets we sell. This would be the night sheet for in the stall at night.
Okay.
And then I also have the dress sheet, which is what you would find in the paddock.
Dan, so I've got feed and shavings on the list, but you don't have it here, right?
No. What you're going to do is you're going to order with us from the window. On the computer, we're going to give you your slips. We have our loading docks over there. Shavings, wood pellets, feed.
Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome.
And I just got to pay you now.
Yes. Cash, check, or credit card?
Okay, here's your invoice, and here's your credit card receipt.
Diane!
Yeah, Chris.
I forgot one thing.
What would that be?
It's on the list. I need a pitchfork.
Alrighty.
I'm not sure I like
Here
that.
you go.
One pitchfork.
Have fun with that.
We're good to go. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
What is this used for?
I'm going to let them tell you.
Oh.
Bye.
Who doesn't love a good shopping trip? But I have to ask, did you ever find out what the pitchfork was for?
I did find out what it's for, and I think I prefer doing this job much, much more. But we had Diane Day, the entire team at the PTHA over there at the tack shop helping me out. We did a great job shopping, and they do a great job for the horsemen as well. Let's move to the racing action on the track and talking about an undefeated filly right here at Parks. Trainer David DiTolo, Aoife's Magic, they've had a tremendous season, and I know you had a chance to catch up with those connections.
Jessica Paquette joined here with trainer David DiTolo and Aoife's Magic, the Princess of Parks, undefeated from 4 starts, and she passed a big test last time out, going 1 mile and 70 yards.
Yes, she did. She did exactly what I hoped she would. I mean, we decided in the paddock to go ahead and let her go to the lead, and just you control what you want to do. And they kept taking shots at her, and she kept saying, no, you're not going by, and that's just her. I mean, it's nice to know, because if you look at the race before, she went 22-1 the first quarter, and she was sitting right off that horse. And now she's able to go 25-50, which is most horses that show the speed that she does out of the gate just want to go. But she'll wait, she'll settle. That makes her dangerous. I mean, it really does.
Now, when she got headed by the other filly and briefly lost the lead, were you concerned at that point?
No, not really. After you see the 25 quarter, I mean, I know how much more she has in her than that. I mean, she actually probably gallops a mile faster than she ran the other day, because she just, if somebody comes to her, she just wants to go more. So.
Now, an undefeated filly, 4 for 4. How did she come out of the race?
Super. Didn't miss a morsel. She eats everything. She eats everything I give her. And she's a big peppermint killer, she is.
We all have our vices. Now, what's next for this filly?
Probably the Russian up in Aqueduct on March 1st. Now, I don't know if I'll try and get something between now and then here, or, maybe because the only race she's eligible for here is the 2 other then. And they don't start running the PA bred races till the spring. So we'll see. Or I might just train right into the race, because it's only a mile. I mean, it'll be an acid test, because I am going to nominate her for the Oaks. I don't know if she'll ever make it to it, but you never know.
I mean, I have a dream of calling her the Cotillion in the fall.
That's the goal, but it's up to what she has. I mean, because she hasn't really been asked to do. I mean, we have a horse here that can go a minute anytime you want her to in the morning. I mean, all you got to do is ask her, and she's gone. And yet, she'll work. She'll go 103. She'll do whatever you want her to do. And if you push the button, she will go.
Is she the best horse you've ever trained?
She is, yeah, by far. I mean, I've never had a horse to win 4 in a row, so she's won 4 in a row. I mean, and she's my first 2-year-old that I ever win with, and now I've won 4 with a 2-year-old. So she's an amazing little filly. I mean, we knew, because Angel Castillo worked this horse way back when she first came, and when he came off the track, he said, call my daughter. So I called her, and Angel even said, he said, Dave, this is a special filly right here. I mean, he don't want to come every day. He's kind of an older rider now. But he said back then, he said, this is a special horse. He said, take care of her. And she is.
She is very special, and there's something very magical about an undefeated daughter of Smarty Jones here in Pennsylvania.
I just love that filly.
Yeah, don't run too far out there, though. More on the rails coming up after this.
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the confidence an underdog's covering, the tension before a clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. Plus, win your first $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks. You open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for Bet Parks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
And welcome back to On the Rail, our first show in 2024. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. You got a chance to hang out with another warhorse.
So on Wednesdays here at Parks, we spotlight a warhorse each Wednesday, Warhorse Wednesday, where we feature a hard-knocking older horse that's made their career here at Parks. It's my favorite part of the week. And the spotlight this week is on Hushin, and he has quite a personality.
Hi everyone, Jessica Paquette here with trainer Tina Cole Davis and Hushin. 44 starts, 9 wins. He earned another one this week. Now, you do it all in the barn. You're the groom, the hot walker, the trainer. And tell me what he's like to have around.
Hushin is nothing but fun. As you can see, he's a giant ham who just loves kisses and hugs from everybody. And Hushin will give you everything he's got.
And tell me how long you've had him.
I got Hushin in August of 22. He was claimed from Timmy Hills on a whim. We just went to the paddock. We saw his beautiful face and attitude, and I said I had to have him. He's going to be my horse. And he will be. As soon as he's done, whenever he wants to be done, he's going to stay home with us.
And he's named after trainer Michael Hushin, and you still have a bit of a connection to the family?
Yes, we do send the family the win pictures. Now, you know, Michael's not there anymore, but we do send the family all the win pictures that we get from him because he is like part of our family too.
Now, Hushin has a really beautiful dish face, looks almost like an Arabian, and you have one of those at home as well.
We do. The Arabian belongs to my mother-in-law who passed away recently from COVID. And it's a gray Arabian. So when we saw him in this face and this beauty, we wanted to get him for Lucretia because we knew in her heart that this gray horse needed to be with us.
It sounds like he was meant to find his way to you. The most amazing thing about horse racing is the way it can connect so many people with just one horse. And Hushin, you were telling me he's going to be your pony, and he has a little bit of experience doing that as well?
Yes, during the summer he took out a couple of 2-year-olds and he was taking horses to the gate for gate schooling, including my own, Topoli, who's racing today.
You do have a barn full of nice gray horses.
Thank you, thank you. The old saying is they enter a bay and come to my barn of gray.
And keeping them clean must be an entire project in and of itself.
It is, because right now Hushin has orange lips from the carrots.
I am Jessica Paquette. It's Warhorse Wednesday. This is Tina Cole Davis, and this is Hushin. Chris, have you ever wondered where the term furlong comes from?
I actually do know that term, but I wonder if our audience knows that term. Well, we're going to help them out right now. This is Horse Racing 101.
It is time for Horse Racing 101, fun facts straight from the horse's mouth with me, Parks the Horse. What is a furlong and why is it used in horse racing? Let's find out. A furlong is a unit of measure for distance that originated in England in the 14th century. It means furrow long, and was the distance that a farmer could plow with a pair of oxen before they needed a rest. A furlong is equal to 220 yards, or 1/8 of a mile. That means there are 8 furlongs in 1 mile. In the 16th century, horse racing became a popular sport in England, and the furlong was the accepted unit of measure for racecourses. Today, the furlong is still used in horse racing, especially in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. Races shorter than 1 mile are measured in furlongs. For instance, a race that is 3/4 of a mile long would be listed as 6 furlongs. And that's what a furlong is, and why it's used in horse racing. It's a unit of distance that has a long history and a practical use. And that is too far for this pony to run. Now let's get back to more On the Rail with Chris and Jessica.
I have a feeling we'll be hearing more from Parks D-Horse in later episodes of On the Rail.
I have a feeling you are right. We didn't get a chance to finish up in 2023 on our top jockey and trainer standings, so let's find out who took the titles. This is By the Numbers. We'll be honoring all those winners in all those categories at the 2023 Horseman Awards Banquet. If you're interested in joining us, the best way is to contact 215-638-2012. Give us a call and we'll see you there.
Well, that will do it for another episode of On the Rail. Chris, thanks for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a really great time and looking forward to a great 2024 On the Rail.